What is going on, mi gente? My name is Ruben, aka CrossRodz, and in today's episode, we will be talking about The Acolyte, which is the upcoming TV series in the Star Wars franchise. And to do so, I asked an incredibly special person who is very, very passionate about this franchise to join me and discuss the latest trailer. As I've told you guys, I am somewhat of a casual fan for Star Wars, so I need awesome people like this to help me out. But enough with the intro, let's get things started. Welcome to Binging Dragons. So, like I told you guys, on today's episode, we will be talking about The Acolyte. And before I tell you guys the person that is going to be joining me in the discussion and the geekness of this episode, I just want you guys to know how excited I am for covering this trailer with this person that is so, so special and actually one of the most loveliest persons or people online. Someone that I've followed now for a very good while. And if you don't follow this person, I don't know what you're doing really. And more specifically, if you are a fan of Star Wars, I am talking of none other than Star Wars. Tia, what is going
¿Qué? ¿Qué
on?
pasó, mi gente?
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando? Oh
Oh
man,
my God. I know.
this
I'm so excited to be here por fin, finally.
I know. So this has been uh, okay. So this has been at least like a year in the works. I think I said months. I can't remember if I did or not. I'm already forgetting things, but because I'm so happy, really. But this has been in the works for at least a year because it turns out when we went to New York, well, I'm sorry, I'm already dropping. Although you're pretty open from like where you're at in
Yeah, yeah,
social
yeah.
media,
Yeah.
but
Everybody knows I'm from New York.
um it was a year already because we went to the Yankees game, blah blah blah, and I really tried to get together with you and just even if it was a few minutes just to meet up for the first time and whatnot because like I mentioned, I feel like you are literally one of the loveliest people on social media and well, it happened a year later. So what? And it's a great moment. I'm excited. I'm happy. And
I'm
I'm gonna
very
leave you
excited to be
talk
here.
right now because yeah.
I know, no, no. I'm very excited to be here por fin, Ruben. I know, yeah, we've definitely been working, trying to make this work for a very long time. Fortunately life gets in the way sometimes and everything, but we're here now, and especially today, it's such an exciting day, it's con el trailer que tuvimos in today, of the Acolyte. It's
Mhm.
perfect day to finally get together.
Ex- Exactly. It totally is. Before we get into the whole Acolyte trailer, please, where can people find you? I know where to find you already, but and I can actually I could be the one telling people where, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let that for you to do it.
So I am on mainly on TikTok and also a big heavy on Twitter as Estarguarstia, same my name right here. I'm also on Instagram, the same name. I'm a nerdy content creator first of all. Big Star Wars fan. I also love Marvel, DC, all the superhero, any type of nerdy content. I or whatever's going on in pop culture, any new shows outside of those fandoms, I'm there. So we talk about everything.
That's right. That's right. And if you guys aren't following, please do so because again, uh, why wouldn't you follow Estarguarstia? I'm telling you, when I tell you guys she's one of the most awesome people that I have the chance to have as a mutual now. It's for real. I'm telling you guys.
No,
And
but
of
you
course,
too. You are amazing. I mean,
uh,
you're such an amazing person
uh,
también. So
oh man, no, thank you. Uh, you're gonna make me blush already. But yeah, the before okay, and I know I'm gonna say it now twice, but before we get into the acolyte, um, how did you how did you get into Star Wars? Like your first memories of being like watching the first movie that whichever one it was, whichever order. I don't know if you watched like
Mhm.
literally whenever the first one came out. Um, when was that? Like, when were those early memories for Star
Um,
Wars?
so I remember very vividly. I was 8 years old. This was in 1990. um, my older cousin, he was very much into nerdum as well, and he basically sat me and my little cousins down. He's like, "All right, we're gonna watch this movie. You're gonna stay quiet, and you're gonna learn how to love Star Wars." And we started, of course, the prequels haven't came out, so we started with A New
Right,
Hope.
right.
And ever since that day, I
You were
saw
hooked.
Vader walking through that door. The first time, I was like, "That's it. I'm hooked. I'm a Star Wars fan
It's
for life."
it's so interesting, right? Whenever like stuff like that from like our childhood hits us in these special ways that we
Hmm.
never ever ever forget about. Um and it can just be we could probably be 100 years old and we will vividly remember the day that we became a fan of X or Y
Anything, yes,
fandom.
absolutely.
In my case, I remember I'm a huge. I don't promote it a whole lot. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
I love Jurassic Park, and I still remember the first time that. And it's funny that you mentioned your cousin. I watched it with pretty much all of my cousins who were older.
Hmm.
I'm the youngest one on my dad's side. And I still remember whenever the raptor came around, tapping with
Yeah,
its claws, and they were in the
yeah,
kitchen,
yeah,
and man, I just remember all of that, and other geeky stuff as well. But
yes.
that is such a cool memory, really, and Papi Vader for you, because I nosotros
I know.
sabemos,
Papi Vader is always
yeah,
there.
yeah. Full disclaimer, by the way, we both speak
Hello.
Spanish. We both speak Spanish, so um, expect a lot of Spanglish in this episode. And yeah,
A lot of
a
back and
lot of
forth.
awesomeness.
Yes.
um, so now we can get into the acolytes. Um, I feel like it's a good moment. I would love to keep talking about, and maybe we can, for sure. I've told you already, but I'm gonna say it again. You are invited to be with me here on Binging Dragons all every damn time. If you want to go tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, let's do it. Really, I would absolutely love that. I need
Oh,
to
no,
do a
definitely have to
rewatch.
come back.
I need to
See.
do a rewatch on Star Wars, so it would be awesome if I were to
Oh,
have you as my guide. um,
absolutely. That would be
so
awesome. Yes.
that I feel like that would be really, really good.
Hmm.
Especially with like the prequels, sequels, or yeah,
Hmm.
or the original sequels.
The
Um,
originals, yeah.
yeah, but with that being said, the Acolyte. I know you have already, obviously, but after watching the trailer, tell me how you feel. I just need to know.
Oh man. So originally, because I was in London in Celebration London, and
True.
I was able to see trail. They showed us a trailer there. I could tell you that first time I was holding hands with one of my other mutuals that was there, and it was just like it was craziness. It was craziness. It just because I've been reading the High Republic books, I've been keeping up with all the readings, with the books, the comics, and everything. So it was very exciting to finally see, that era come into visual media, instead of just having to read a book or a comic book. So it
Gotcha.
was very exciting. Seeing this trailer just reminded me again of those crazy emotions, and it was awesome because it was a little bit different than the one that they showed us in Celebration.
Oh,
The
really?
ending especially was very different. Yeah. That ending with like, the dark
In the
force
woods
user
and all?
and the thing that the ending that we had showed all the Jedi in that scene. But they
Yes.
just showed us the Jedi. That new shadow that dark force
Oh,
user, we hadn't seen that. They didn't show us that. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my God, this is craziness. This is absolute craziness." And then seeing there's this one character in there. She's the one that opens the door, like how we do with the supermarket, that she waves and the
Uh-huh,
doors open.
uh-huh.
Her name is Vernestra Rowe, and she is a huge character in the High Republic books and the storylines. And she's one
Oh.
of my favorite characters. She's amazing. So when I saw her in that, because we didn't expect, because again, this is like 150 years after what's going on in the books right now. This
Oh,
is almost
okay.
like 150 years after the books.
So I'm getting a little bit mixed up. For some reason,
Hmm.
and you obviously please correct me. I'm sure I'm wrong now.
Hmm.
Um, so this doesn't have to do anything with I remember reading something about a new project coming out that it's gonna be like 1,000 years before.
Oh, no, 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 no. That's the remember, we're getting three movies, right? The
Gotcha.
Ray movie, we're
Yes.
getting the Ray movie, we're getting the Dave Filoni movie, and we're getting the Dawn of the Jedi, which is 25,000 years before.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
well,
I think that's what it is. It's like thousands and thousands of years before. So right now with the Acolyte, the time frame of that is, we already know that it's 100 years before the prequels, the Phantom Menace, but it's 100 and like about 150, 100 to 150 years after the books that are happening right now.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I
So
would
it's
love I
very
would love to read those books really because I've heard so many good things about the High Republic books.
Mhm.
Actually, isn't there a Latinx author that or
Zoraida Cordova.
uh-huh. Is that like
Zoraida
the second?
Cordova, Daniel Jose Older is also Latinx.
Oh.
Yeah, we have two of them. Yeah.
Man, that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
And at some point, whenever I'm done with reading A Song of Ice and Fire up here, um, I would love to get at least slowly into those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And even more since now, like you said, this is gonna be the first time that we're gonna get to see um like the High Republic stories put into um live action. So
Yes. Hmm.
that
So
is
basically, this is what they call the end of the High Republic era. This is this is the beginning of where we get kind of like the down spiral of the Jedi Order, which is where we end up with the prequels, Jedi Order.
gotcha,
Hmm.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, what would be so? uh, uh, okay, you mentioned Star Wars Celebration, by the
Hmm.
way, and I just had a big flashback from when you all were because it was a lot of like awesome content creators that were over there at
Hmm.
Star Wars Celebration, and I remember being so okay jealous, but in a good way. I swear
Uh-huh.
to God, like it was such in a good way, wanting to like finally for one day to experience that, to be in
Hmm.
such an environment that just brings out so much joy, and also that it seemed like a moment that uh como se dice, like refuerza the fact that Star Wars is for everyone, literally. Like you could tell
Absolutely.
all of the happy videos that I saw from Star Wars Celebration, it just man, I'm trying to find the word. If you can help me here, but like refuerza, it just in English, I really can't find the
Reinforces,
word.
reinforces,
Reinforces, yes, yes,
uh-huh,
the
the
fact
fact
that
that
Star
that
Wars
Star Wars
is for
for
everyone,
everyone, para todos.
para todos.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, there was any color, shade, type of Star Wars fan there. It was amazing, and everybody had a good time. There was no type of negativity going on. Everybody was just sharing in the excitement of being there, surrounded by everything that was Star Wars. You know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
I really hope to experience something like that, even if it has to be Star Wars, which again, I would love to go just because of like, again, I might not know a whole lot about the lore and like
Hmm.
deep lore. I just know casual general things. But man, I would love to experience that one day for real
No,
because
it doesn't matter if you've seen one movie or you've seen them all or you've read every single book or you've read no book. If you like anything about Star Wars, you're a Star Wars fan, and that's it.
yeah.
You'll get to enjoy it regardless. You know, there's so many things, so many different things that for everyone that you
Mhm.
can find one thing or the other to to be able to enjoy. So
Right, right. And hopefully one day. Is there any word as to where it's gonna be the next one? Is
oh, see, it's next year is gonna be in Japan. Japan
damn.
next year.
I can't man, I've been dying to go to Japan, really.
And
That would be crazy.
that's definitely a possibility for me too, to hopefully go next year to Japan for that too. I'm hoping, yeah.
Man, I hope that you get to go really for real. Like, yeah, that would be incredible.
That would be super incredible. Absolutely.
So a few things. Well, if you were to describe this trailer in let's say 3 words, you can use four if you want. Pero what would it be? I think I've got two. I don't know, but if you want me to go first, I can go first.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, please.
um, so I would say 3 words to describe this trailer. I've got I've got dark. I've got even though it's okay, technically it's 2 words, but I'm gonna make it one. We'll put that rayita in the middle, but we'll say
Yeah, yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars. So I'll say Dark Star Wars Era or Era.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be my 3 words to describe this
Okay.
trailer, even though there's a lot of things I don't understand.
Okay, 3 words for me would be thrilling,
hmm
um, basically new, because we're getting something completely new to everything else, and just exciting. It's very exciting
Yep.
to finally be able, I you already know the love that I have for Vader and Anakin. That's like my number one, my favorite character of all time in Star Wars and stuff. And I love the Skywalker saga. But I think we need something fresh, something new outside of that, you know?
hmm
'Cause everything that we've gotten so far has been, when it comes to live action, to visual media, is has to do something within that time frame of the Skywalker saga.
Gotcha.
Even if it's the Mandalorian, even if it's Boba Fett, it's all within the Skywalker saga frame, you know? So being able to go get this story where we have no lore, we don't know anything other than some of the characters and some of the era, what's the era and stuff. But this is all brand new for basically all of us, old Star Wars fans, new Star Wars fans. So we're all going into this together in the same way, just not knowing anything.
Right.
You know?
Right. Do you think that is like now that you mentioned
Yeah.
the whole Skywalker thing, do you think that is one of the reasons why two of my favorite actually yeah those are two favorite projects, Andor and Rogue One. Do you think that's the reason why they were so popular as well? Because even though we knew it's Star Wars, it almost felt like it wasn't. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it felt like it wasn't Star Wars because obviously we know it was Star Wars, but there's
Yeah.
just this thing about it, this passion, this deeper connection with the characters, like characters in general that might not
Mm-hmm.
be uh big characters because obviously
Mm-hmm.
in the main timeline, I'm gonna say timeline, but like the main movies and whatnot, you got the big characters, and it seems like for a casual like me, you focus more on those. But
Mhm.
something that I absolutely loved about like Rogue One uh and Andor was all the other characters felt like they had
Mhm.
also their story. Um and it felt kind of deep rooted
Mhm.
with all of
Yeah.
those characters.
Mhm. I think what it is with Andor and Rogue One is porque, and even Solo, um, it's more like street level type of storytelling. We can, I think, connect even more because it's not has doesn't really it wasn't dealing really much with like the force side of Star Wars. It was just everyday people, which was basically us. We could see ourselves being in those positions, and doing those things.
Right.
Not anything mystical, not anything magical, but it's just, guess what? Those people are fighting same way that we're probably fighting in real life for things, for injustices and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it was very personal in that way, very relatable.
Sí, más
Like,
identificado, more you feel more
sí,
identified.
exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, man, The Acolyte has had me hooked ever since they announced it. Like I remember when they announced the cast, and when I saw that Daphne Keene, I think that I hope I'm pronouncing it. Daphne,
Sí, sí, sí.
actually, I think she's from Spain. So
Is, I think, yeah.
Daphne,
Daphne.
uh
Mm-hmm.
huh.
Teen. Mm-hmm.
I was already sold because at the moment I was watching it might have been the last season. I know a lot of people didn't watch it. I can't remember if we've ever talked about. I can't remember, but shoot, I'm forgetting now. I can't believe it. That it's based on the Golden Compass from
Oh,
HBO.
see, his Dark
His Dark
Materials.
Materials. And
You
it's
love
such
it.
a good show, right?
Such a good show. That
E-
final season, oh my God.
Exactly. It's so underrated. I
So
keep telling
good.
people, and it looks incredible. Like the everything,
Oh
the
my God.
CGI,
The
everything,
CGI, the
everything is good.
everything. Oh my God.
The
It was so
story
good.
is so damn good as well. But
Sí.
yeah, I saw her in there, of course, in Logan, when she was like very little.
X-23. Yeah.
Yeah, uh, and I wasn't like completely sold on it. And today I saw that the lady from the Matrix, I forget his name.
Carrie,
Shoot,
Carrie, I think her name.
Moss,
Carrie.
yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carrie Moss. Uh-huh. Yeah.
is gonna be there as well. And the scenes that we got with her had me already with chills. So I am most definitely looking forward to
Hmm.
the involvement of this cast.
Yes. No, we have Manny Jacinto from the good. What was it? The Good Place. I don't
I
know if you've
never
seen
watched
that
that
show. Yeah,
one.
it's really
No.
good. Manny Jacinto. Yeah, like it's crazy. And what's the other? The Jedi with the dreadlocks. I forgot his name too.
Yes, I saw.
The
I
one that
didn't.
talks. He was in the Russian Doll. I don't know if you've seen it. The show, The Russian Doll.
Isn't that the like? Isn't the director of the Acolyte?
Leslie. The Leslie
Okay,
was the one
I
that
didn't.
that did
I
Russian
didn't.
Doll. Yeah.
Okay, so I did not
That's where
watch
he
that
comes from
show.
too.
I did not watch that
Yeah.
show, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
No, it's really, really good as well. It's very good. So they both come from the Russian Doll as well.
Oh,
Yeah. And
that's
no, no, I love that, like Leslie, like she's amazing, talented, like with the stories that she's trying to tell, and just the things that she said about what this story is gonna be. I think she compared it to she did an analogy of basically being frozen with Kill Bill. That's what this
really,
is. And I was like, what
huh?
does that mean?
I do
I was
not know
like,
what.
what?
I
I was like,
wonder if she
what does
actually
that
meant
mean?
it. I wonder if she actually meant it,
I
or
was
she's
like,
just like
oh my
fucking with
God.
us.
Well, for the Kill Bill part, I could see like maybe
Well, yeah,
The character of Amanda's character
yeah.
wanting revenge because Soul, the Jedi Soul did something maybe, so she's coming back for revenge. I don't know.
So
So
is the order okay? Is the order already established? Is that what we're seeing at the beginning of the trailer?
what do you mean the order?
The isn't it the order of the or like for the Jedi's? What's the name? No, Order 66. I think I'm mixing it up.
No, Order 66 is
No, I'm
it's
mixing it up.
100
I'm
years
totally
later. Yeah, yeah.
okay. So at this point in the story, there are no Jedi's, or well, there are Jedi's. It's just that
No, there's
they're
the
not.
no, no, no. There's no. The Jedi Order has been established for thousands of years. These are
Oh,
Jedi,
okay.
Jedi.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
No, they are.
That's what I
What
meant. The
right,
Jedi
right?
Order. That's what I meant.
Yeah. No, no, the Jedi has been established for years. No, this is like this. The High Republic is supposed to be the golden era of the Jedi, like where they've been like the
Ooh,
most coolest. That's why it's called the High Republic, because this is when the galaxy was at its highest. When it comes to like everybody being together and it being amazing, nothing like what's going on with the prequels.
right.
At this point in time, and but up for I'm gonna say for 1,000 years, for maybe 100 to 1,000 years, there has been no talk or no manifestation of Sith or Dark Force users in this way.
Gotcha.
So that's why this is a big deal. That's another big deal about the show is that this is we're getting introduced again to what the concept of Dark Force and the Dark users and the red lightsabers that has probably never been seen by anybody from like and any Jedi has seen in like hundreds of years because they haven't manifested yet, Dark Force users.
Right. So at this point, we would be seeing the first Sith, or have Siths already like
No, no,
existed? Do
no.
you think?
Sith existed for thousands of years ago.
Okay,
They were
okay,
Sith.
okay, okay.
Yeah. That's why there was like a Jedi Sith war again, thousands of years ago.
Yes.
Um,
That's
and
that good lore coming in, man. I'm
well,
telling
I'm
you.
I'm not super proficient in this, but
No,
basically
believe
in the
me.
old
I'm
this is all from the old Republic.
gotcha.
So then there was this big war where all the Sith decided that they were gonna go against each other because that's the nature of the dark side, and the Sith, that they want to up each other. They want to be the ones on top. So once that happens, there was this one of the Sith called Darth Bane, and he was the one that came up with the rule of two, that there could only be two, a master and an apprentice. But again, those thousands of years, like basically Sith were non-existent since then. They just went away
Gotcha.
for many, many years, until now. The High Republic happened. No dark Sith. No dark Force users. No Sith. No nothing. And now we're getting some type of. We don't know if it's Sith, per se, but some type of dark Force user or dark side being used now. And this is again. This is something that the Jedi Order has not seen for many years. So this is a complete surprise for them.
Um, Man, the trailer really looked incredible. If something they've been doing, and really since the beginning of Star Wars, is just do an incredible job with world building.
Hmm.
And with this trailer, man, I'm already like imagining things and imagining it probably the darkest we've seen Star Wars. uh and obviously
Right.
there's been a lot of dark
Dark
moments.
moments. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
and a lot of times people forget, and more, I want to say more like, you know, again, casual fans like me, um have confused the fact that yes, there are times where Star Wars is goofy, and you're supposed to take it that way. I take it that way, and I enjoy that
Mhm,
really.
mhm.
But I people forget that there are some very incredibly dark moments in all of Star Wars, really.
Yes.
But they forget with the goofiness of, you know, some scenes, here and there. But
Mhm.
I'm
No, no, no,
really
absolutely. It's like with the recent shows that we've been getting with The Mandalorian, with Ahsoka and stuff. Um we've been, and then Kenobi as well. We've gotten the goofiness of Star Wars because I loved it. I love the
Yeah.
camp
Yeah.
that is Star Wars that they
Yeah.
bring. But also then we get Andor, which is more serious tone, you
Hmm.
know, which is also showing us that it's Star Wars is also a serious story, you know.
Hmm.
There's injustices, there's bad things going on
Yep.
and stuff. So we're able to get that balance, and I like that's what they're giving us. You know, they're saying that basically Acolyte is Andor, but the Force side now with Force
Yes,
with the
that's what I've
mysticism
heard.
side, you know. And it looks like it's gonna be like Jedi and doing investigations and stuff like that. So this is it's new things that we haven't really seen up until now. You know.
I'll keep hearing that this show will have like a thriller aspect to it that we've never really seen with Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and that really freaking hypes
Yeah.
me up for real because I love thriller shows, movies, and whatnot.
Hmm.
And to
Yes.
see this finally in a Star Wars movie or show in this case, it's gonna
Mhm.
be really damn good. Um, I just think this show is gonna be incredible. It's crazy that it's gonna drop in June, which it's already, as you know, incredibly packed.
Yes.
June is gonna feel
So
like
much.
a week. June is gonna feel like a week. Even
The
like
content creators are gonna be eating good
yep,
with all the
yep,
content that they're gonna be able to make for
yep.
sure.
You
Because
you
we
know,
have the Acolyte, we have the boys, we have season two of House of the Dragon.
oh, man.
What else is coming out?
The
There's more
bear.
stuff coming. The Bear season three. Yes,
Yes, yes. That's so
I
damn
cannot
good,
wait.
right? It's so damn good.
Such a good
Oh,
show. It's such a good show.
from
Oh, it's
those,
a
the only
lot of good.
one I haven't. Okay, so I still haven't watched The Boys, so
Okay.
I need to get going with that. I keep hearing it's great. It's just that sadly, some people that have recommended The Boys to me are more on the dude bro side of things, and I'm like, I don't know, is this the show that I want to watch? But then people like you and other people that are like-minded, um,
Just know that The Boys is basically making fun of the bro side of the fandoms.
really.
They make fun of that. Like it's basically like a little,
Why
you
is
know,
it's so funny that
satire on
it's
them.
so funny that the dude bros a lot of times they don't realize they're being made fun of most of the time actually. And that always
Oh yeah.
just cracks me up for real.
And that's hilarious to me too. It is, and
Yeah.
if it is funnier because like the bad, the company, which is basically the corporation in the show, they have a Twitter account and they tweet like they're
Oh,
for real. And the things that they is so satirical is hilarious. They're always like again making fun of certain, you know, parts
yeah.
of the fandom and stuff. So
Right,
it's really,
right.
really good.
Oh man, I can't wait. I really need to. And then they made a prequel show or sequel, is it? Like
Yeah,
Gen
and
V?
that's the only one I haven't seen it. I haven't seen, I don't know. It just again I have to get into it really.
Yeah.
But because there's so many other shows that have come out and stuff that I've been watching. So but yeah, no. It's gonna be June, it's gonna be for sure big, big, big month
Yep.
for
It's
shows and
definitely
stuff.
gonna be huge. Um Man, what let's see, anything else with
The
the
Acolyte,
acolytes?
I think I think I'm just hoping that it's gonna get people motivated to read the High Republic. It's a daunting this is a lot. It is a lot. It's three phases. We're in the third and final phase now. And each phase has, you know, a lot of books and comics to get through and stuff. But it's not impossible, obviously.
Right.
It's a nice thing that to have like, okay, let me go read this book now and whatever. But it's an amazing era, amazing story, and amazing like one of the best villains that we've had in Star Wars uh in the High Republic, which is his name is Markion Ro. absolute menace. He's amazing. He's an amazing villain. And of course, somebody to like thirst over, because
Yeah.
why not? Always a bad boy. Always a bad boy.
Why not?
And
uh,
Nick,
s-
I refuse to believe his ending. I know, Nicholas. This is the definitely the last phase of the High Republic, and it's just gonna be sad. It's sad knowing that it's gonna end. So.
so I was gonna ask you. So you mentioned it's a mix of books and comic books, or novels and comic books.
Mhm. Yes. Yes, his novels and comic books. The comic books are really good. Is that the comic books complement, because there's like side stories that
Gotcha.
happen, and so they're very fun. They're very fun and very like very uh I get entertaining as well,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
really cool. And comics are very easy to read. It's like they're not long
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
Um, but there's always a list that you can find and a way to read the order to read them and stuff. So
Right.
if anybody wants to start reading the High Republic, they could reach out to me, or there's people out there that read it that they could easily tell you how to do the reading order and stuff, or where to and how to start. So
Well, I'm
don't
asking
don't
you
don't
for
be
sure.
afraid.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm asking you for sure. Whenever I get around to it, I'm definitely asking
Yeah.
you.
Oh, no, definitely. Let me know. I'll tell you how you could read it, so it's not that difficult to follow.
So at this point, you would say we're going like to the middle of the story when it comes to the High Republic, like novels and whatnot.
No, no, no. Like I said, so again, there's three phases, right? The third phase is the final phase of the High Republic.
Okay.
That's gonna end 100 or 150 years is gonna pass, and then we get the Acolyte.
Okay.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
So it's like 100 years way after the books end.
Oh man. That
Yeah.
Are you so I mentioned it to you before we started recording, but how excited are you for Skeleton Crew?
Oh my God, that's another one. Absolutely. I am so
Right?
hyped for that
With
show.
Jude Law?
So hyped with Jude Law and the kids. Because
Yeah.
they said it's like a mix of like the Goonies with Stranger Things. I'm like,
Give
hello,
me
yes,
more. Give
Goonies
me
is
more.
the Goon the Goonies is my favorite movie. So I'm like, I'm here for this little kids going on an adventure and doing crazy stuff, of course. And
Right.
again, it's just the thought that is something so different. So it's a side
Refreshing.
story. It's probably gonna be, yes, it's probably gonna be a contained story. Nothing that you have to like watch this over here, or I have to go watch this movie over here to understand what's going on.
Right.
So that's also cool.
Yeah.
That is a contained story, and again, something new. It's gonna be little kids going on adventures. That's fun.
That is gonna be that. I'm so much looking forward to that. And I think is it I believe that's coming out this year as well.
No, I think they
Oh,
pushed
they
they was
pushed it
it was
back?
supposed to, but I think they pushed it to 2025, yeah. It
Oh
was supposed to
shoot.
come out this year. So, yeah, but it's being getting pushed, I think, for next year.
Oh, I hate that. I was really excited for that one. Um,
Yeah.
but I think okay, I do have a question. Is there anything specific, um, without really spoiling, really, anything specific that you're most looking forward to in the Acolyte?
Anything specific? I I'm just excited for whatever is gonna come. It's gonna be so surprisingly new to me. Because again, it's not gonna be with characters that we know.
Mm-hmm.
Like except for like maybe Yoda. That's like the most known character. Yoda's definitely gonna be there because he's little green Muppet is so old. So
Yeah.
just so you know, he is, because he's been in the High Republic. He's like 900 years old, so he's
Right.
been even way before the High Republic
Yeah.
era started.
Right.
But I think the fact that I'm going in completely blind, it's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to the most. That's why I'm hoping that we don't get any more trailers or any. I don't want to, even if we do, I don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. I want to go in like this. They said that I was reading, because they're gonna show the Phantom Menace in theaters, right? In June 4th. I
I
mean
believe
May
I heard
4th.
yeah, I believe I heard
Yeah.
something about
So they're
that.
gonna show it in theaters. And apparently after the movie, they're gonna show, I don't know if it's gonna be
Like a
part of the first episode of the Acolyte.
huh.
So yeah, so just in case people didn't know, I'm gonna walk out because I don't want to see anything. I want to see once the two episodes, I'll sit down and watch the two episodes as soon as they come out.
I'm
That's it.
I'm I'm the same way here. Okay, so I've always been a huge fan of trailers. Like, historically, I've always watched trailers. I really love them. But, but I feel like trailers here recently, like I want to say maybe the last 2 years, have become so damn spoily. Like they spoil so
Yeah.
much and they give out so much,
So much
which
information.
I know, and they end up doing more harm than good for a lot of these projects. Really, if you
Yes.
if you think about it, there are so many movies that would have benefited from not having from keeping things short, sweet, and give people that sense of like I want more kind of thing.
One more. And surprise. Like there's so many,
Surprise.
like that's the thing. They this that's I you literally read my mind, because that's basically what's been happening with trailers now, like
Yep.
for a while now. And they give everything, like something that could have been a cool surprise, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
I I was like, damn, that would have been cool to see in the theater. And I would have been like, oh my God, you know?
Yep. I'm
And
a
then on
little
top of that, and then on top of that, we have people leaking stuff, all the
oh my
leaks
god, don't get me
and
started.
and the rumors and the thing. I'm like, oh man, can we like have something like can don't do
Yes.
that. Don't do
Yeah.
that to people. Don't
Totally.
spoil things.
I okay, and it's funny you mentioned that. That is another thing that I was always down for, like not leaks, but the whole rumor stuff and like, oh, there's a rumor for this, which you knew it was sort of a leak, but it wasn't
Hmm.
called really a leak, but you knew it was somewhat of a leak. Um,
Yeah.
but nowadays, and to use Deadpool as an example, that was a whole
Oh my
shit show.
God.
Like
It was so
people,
bad.
like who the hell was in the set just taking pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures? It's like, dude,
They posted the
stop
whole
it.
movie.
Just fucking wait until the movie comes out.
Literally posted the whole movie. I thankfully I was like skipping everything, and I
Yeah,
was like, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything again. I
yeah,
tried to avoid like the plague.
yep.
But it's so inconsiderate, you know. It's very inconsiderate.
Like I would take,
Uh,
I think Deadpool 3 has been the prime example, and like the moment I was like, you know what, I I I really don't want any more of this, and
mhm.
like I really don't vibe with it anymore. I do appreciate the creators, the content creators that have like they'll pretty much put up a spoiler warning and be like, "Hey, we're going to talk about X and Y leaks that have been coming out. So if you don't
Mhm.
like that, if you feel like that'll ruin your experience, stop now because we're going to talk about it." I appreciate that.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
If people were had manners like
Mhm.
that, and like a lot of these content creators, they're so clickbaity. It's just about
Oh
the
my
clicks and
god.
the baiting and stuff. So they don't care.
Right.
And that's it. Just makes the whole experience suck for for a lot of people that
Yeah.
are not into like that do care about not getting spoiled about certain things. So yeah.
Right. And I think you said it the best when it comes to the acolyte. The fact that if you don't know a whole lot about it and you're pretty much going in blind, um, I'm super excited because I know I'm down for some of the most awesome reactions from you guys. Um, and because I'm over here, I'm gonna geek out about like more of the story and obviously you as well. But I know you guys are gonna find stuff that is gonna be like, oh, holy shit, this connects with this, and
Uh,
that. Like
I
the
think a
end.
lot of the connections. I think a lot of the connections are gonna be with the reading from the High Republic for the books and stuff. That I'm gonna be able to pick up on things that maybe people that haven't read the books and the comics haven't. But I'm also excited to see if there's gonna be any connections to the future stuff. What
Yep.
anything that happened in the prequels or in the sequels and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I was saying, I was one thing that I think would be so cool for me was because and start there's so many things about the forest that we don't know
Hmm.
still. We're only in the context of the story, you're always learning something new about the force, and there's things from the past that have been forgotten, things that we don't know anything about. And look like with Ray, she found those just Jedi textbook. Nobody knew about those. Nobody knew about those. So it would be really cool if we saw maybe them discovering something in the Acolyte that, or it had something that happened in the Acolyte that was forgotten. Then when we get the Ray movie, we're gonna see her, because I'm pretty sure that she's gonna try and find more Force stuff. She's gonna try to learn about anything else about the Force,
Right.
and she ends up finding stuff that we've seen in the Acolyte. You know?
So what you're saying, okay, so full disclaimer, I have been horrible, I know, but I haven't watched the last Star Wars movie. And
Okay.
I've decided to kind of keep it that way because it gives me like since I want to do the rewatch and I really hope to cover it here on the podcast. Um
Mhm.
I now I don't want to watch it until I do the rewatch, so I get that
Mhm.
full experience of watching it for the first time and all of that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely.
and
That's a good. Yeah, don't watch it until you do the rewatch.
I'm
Definitely.
super excited for that. Because I know sadly there's a lot of Ray haters out there, and you know that just gives me
Mhm.
a little bit of a I'm already on the defensive mode. It's like, why are you hating on her so much? Like, okay, I understand if you have some like certain points that you did not like the way they
Mhm.
approached X or Y,
Mhm.
but it feels like some people aren't really just basing it off of that. They're taking it up
No,
a
no,
notch and
it's a
taking
lot of
it more personally and stuff like that. So,
it's a lot of misogynistic comments and towards her and stuff.
right. So
Just you know.
I'm excited for that. And based on what you're saying, it kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of reminded me a little bit of Ahsoka. Like I feel like Ahsoka had a lot of moments that that connect with other shows, obviously Rebels. And from what I've
Mhm.
heard, heavily Rebels and future things with like the whole Balon skull being on that other planet, which I forget the name right now. I'm sorry.
That's I think Peridia is it called?
Might be.
Um,
I'll go with that.
so just so you know, that is all brand new. I'm
Oh,
going to another galaxy. That's all brand new.
huh.
That whole thing
Interesting.
with that Balan found
Yeah.
those monuments and all that. That's brand new. We
Oh,
had not seen that before. Yeah. This is the first time that we've ever talked about going to another galaxy and actually being in another galaxy from the Star Wars galaxy.
I,
It's
I
all brand new.
I bet, man. I was excited. I'm sure. I remember at the time the strikes were going and you were posting like only friends videos and you were so like it seemed like you really enjoyed Ahsoka, right? For the most
Yeah,
part.
for the most
Um
part, yes.
yeah, I know cuz it seems like a lot of fans it seems like it's a little bit of a love and hate. uh
Yeah, yeah,
thing
it
with the
is.
Ahsoka
It is.
show. Um, I feel like it looked incredible, especially that I'm sure you absolutely loved that episode whenever they go that vision that she sees
The world between worlds
uh-huh and sees
with
Anakin
Anakin with Hayden.
and
Hello.
young Ahsoka. Holy
And Ahsoka.
shit.
Yeah, that was really cool, because just seeing them in Clone Wars era,
Yes.
attire and just the way they look, that was really cool. Yeah.
I bet that gave them I'm sure they have some notes on that they might go back to that because that was it felt like it was big. So
Yeah. No, it was really, really cool. And
um
but that's what I'm saying. Like that's I like that they're giving us they're dropping new lore on us. That it's just never been seen or done before. And that's what I'm hoping that once we get the Ray movie, it's gonna connect with whatever's gonna be happening in the Acolyte, that she's gonna find out, you know, some type of like force information, new force lore that was lost for so long. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe connect with what the everything that's going on with Cal Kestis and Jedi Survivor and stuff.
yes,
'Cause they're gonna have to we're gonna have to connect the video games to the
and
rest of the storyline
uh,
at some point, you know?
what's his name? Cam, the actor. What's
Yeah.
his name? Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Cameron, I
Cameron.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I really hope like if they do a live action where they bring him, it has to be him or nobody else.
And it's fine. It would make sense because if we were by the time Ray is gonna happen, he's gonna be much older. And I
Gotcha.
think he should be the right age, for him
Right.
to be
Right.
able,
When you
even
say
just adding a little prosthetics to make him
right.
look a little bit old. Yeah.
When you said earlier the Filoni movie, you mean the Mandalorian movie that's been like rumored or no?
No, no, no. That's a separate movie. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah. It's a
Star
separate
Wars fan
movie.
eating good.
It's a separate movie. The Mandoverse movie is gonna be like him connecting Boba Fett and Ahsoka and Mandalorian together, right? That's gonna be the
Uh,
end. Which is probably gonna be the final battle with what's his name? Thrawn,
mhm.
is what I'm guessing. But his movie is something completely I don't know if
Oh,
it doesn't come to my head if they told us what it was gonna be about.
right.
They just said that Filoni is doing it. Because we know
Gotcha.
Dawn of the Jedi is gonna be the one from 25,000 years ago when the Jedi first appeared.
That's gonna be incredible.
That's gonna be amazing.
That
Again,
is
we're getting fresh new storylines,
right.
something completely different
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
And that's like Old Republic fans are gonna be. I'm hoping that they're gonna be happy because that's like a big thing. And we're gonna get the Ray movie, which is I think 15 years after the sequels.
Gotcha.
So we're already gonna see her with an established order and
Right.
everything. So
Oh
yeah,
man. Yeah, it's a lot of things to look forward to. And it's
yeah,
I think it's such a good thing that this world, just keeps on going for real. And because it also gives me hope that for better or worse, you know, um,
mhm.
stuff like Game of Thrones when I say Game of Thrones, it's the Game of Thrones universe, House of the Dragon, and
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah,
other shows that are gonna come
yeah,
around that I'm so
yeah.
so much looking forward to. Um, but now as someone that's reading the books and getting way more into it, not just like the Fire and Blood history stuff and whatnot, I'm going more on like the main series books. I'm I'm loving it, and I'm really hoping that they do justice with a lot of the things, and I'm understanding now a lot of the book fans. Um, I'm getting that perspective. I'm someone that I accept things.
Mhm.
Game of Thrones was what got me into the A Song of Ice and Fire world, so I'll always have that
Yeah.
like love for it, even though
Mhm.
there's a lot of shit that went down in season 8 specifically. We're not gonna talk about that now,
Yeah.
but uh yeah, it gives me hope that Star Wars being such a like a role model to
Hmm.
things that George R. Martin wants to do down the road because he's mentioned it already that he wants the Game of Thrones universe to pretty much be like Star Wars and Marvel that are franchises that are
Yeah, yeah.
so well established. So that gives me hope that you guys keep coming up with new stories, new ideas
Hmm.
and lore and whatnot. So for better or worse, because I know
Yeah.
it's
But to keep us right, well, I think what everybody's wanting is for Martin to finally finish those
oh
books.
I know, damn it, I
I have
know.
seen. Oh my
Although
God, poor JJ has been
oh
suffering for years.
yes,
That
yes.
girl JJ. Oh my
Yep,
God.
yep. They really have been suffering. And I'll say they because I, I started reading. Like I said, I didn't want to start it, and I felt discouraged to read them because they are unfinished, as we know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
but I one day I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna read it because this world is just too incredible. Like even just with 5 books when on the main series, of course, because we got other like history books and whatever,
Hmm.
um, and side novellas and whatnot. It's still so huge. There are so many characters, so many plot lines, so many theories, so many things in this world that
Yeah, even though,
I was
yeah,
like, I'm
from what I
going.
understand, even though, yeah, like the books aren't finished, there's so much lore
It's
and
so good.
world building.
It's so
I mean,
good.
you just see JJ talking, and I'm like, that's not in the books. Like, no, it's like talking about just history. I'm like, wow, that's insane.
It's so
It's
much.
a lot, so much.
It's so much really. And really all of it is so man, it's so well put to where
Hmm.
you satisfy so many different um how do you say como gustos uh
Yeah,
like
yeah, likes,
likes,
like
yeah, I was gonna say
taste,
likes or
taste,
taste. Yeah, you
taste.
satisfy so
Yeah,
many
different taste.
like George satisfies so many tastes, the way he writes characters
Mhm.
and just all of the characters that he has in his stories really they're so
Yeah,
uh like emotionally messed up and so human in so many ways. So and then you add the magic side of it and it's just it takes you in.
exactly,
um
exactly. Yeah.
but anyways we're here to talk Star Wars. I get carried away, I'm sorry.
I don't know. We're good. This is a nerdy channel. We talk
Yeah,
about everything nerdy,
yeah,
so we're
that's right,
good.
that's right. But Kari, I'm before we go, is there any? Because I don't want to keep you. It's work week. It's work week. I don't want to keep you later than you can. I know
Yeah.
you came got out of work and whatnot. Anything else you want to say before we pretty much wrap things up, regards to
Um,
Star Wars?
I just want to make sure that, well, not make sure, but I just want to tell, everybody out there, the fandom, because you know how crazy the fans can be, the fandom menace and everything. I mean, we already seeing crazy discourse just from people watching the trailer alone, and it's like,
Already?
guys, calm down. Like, oh my God. Oh,
Oh
it's
no,
yeah.
no, please.
That's
I don't
that's
want to see it.
please. It's Star Wars. It's Star
True,
Wars. Come
true.
on. But
True.
I just want to say that, let's wait until the show comes out. It's really an incredible era. High Republic is amazing. And again, I just really hope that this is going to encourage people to read the books because they're really good. However they can. Doesn't matter if it's going to take you a while. You don't have to like rush into anything, and apparently you don't have to do all that homework to understand what's going on in the show. Because again, what's going with the whole dark side user thing has nothing to do with what's going on in the books right now. So they're not connected in that
Right,
sense.
right.
So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Um, let's enjoy. Let's see what they're gonna give us and try to find something to enjoy about it. This is something completely new, even for, the old fans and stuff like that. So we're both going to go casual fans and old school fans are going to go into this together, basically blind. So let's enjoy this together.
I'm I'm so excited. I know I've said it quite a few times already, but this show, since they announced it, I've been down for it. I've been looking
Hmm.
forward to it, and after watching the trailer, it's even more confirmed that
Yes.
we're gonna have a good time, I think. And yeah. Well, with that being said, unless there's anything else you quisieras decir, anything else you wanted to say,
Estamos bien. Estamos
estamos
bien.
bien, estamos bien. I wanna say thank you to everyone on TikTok as well that joined on the live while we are recording right now. Thank you guys so much. And thank you all for watching this episode. This has been an incredible time for real. Again, a year in the making, and I hope that we get so many more because
Oh, mucho más,
I
for
had
sure.
I had such an awesome time for real, and I can't wait to keep geeking out about this incredible franchise uh, with you, and hopefully other people. I'm trying to find a way to uh, maybe get one more person at some point
Mhm.
to do 3 people episodes and whatever, and because it's always good to hear different points and whatever. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, gracias, Kari, de verdad. Like, for real.
No,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
freaking much.
Gracias por tenerme aquí. Like I said, I've been wanting to, and I'm just happy that we finally were able to make it happen.
It was
For sure.
at the best moment possible because this trailer was really
Yes.
damn good. Yes, it was
Muy
so,
bueno.
so good.
Súper bueno.
Well,
Yes.
guys, this is it. Thank you all so much. Remember you can follow Kari at Estarguarstia everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. She's super active and awesome on Twitter. Um, she'll get your ass straight for sure. Um, and yeah, if you act up, of course. Um, and yeah, don't forget to follow Binging Dragons wherever it's available, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram as well, TikTok. And we will see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, in a galaxy far, far away, you guys enjoy. This was Binging Dragons. Bye bye.